niggas lost, no priority. I never been a part of a sorority. I always been a part of the minorities. Fist up, middle finger to authority. Flow hotter than the oven mitt. On the mission, I'll be sticking to the covenant. Never go to war for the government. Widows crying out, asking where they husbands went.
It shall come down upon Idumea,
so-called white man. Go ahead.
and upon the people of my curse,
Upon the people of my curse
to judgment.
to judgment. What is their curse? The same curse Cain had. That mark that'll be upon them where they can never go nowhere and not be recognized. You understand? Which is the depletion of their melanin.
All right. Here goes my battle to that.
Go ahead.
My generational curse was my daddy was a molester. You molested your daughters. I got 3 brothers. We broke that curse. My oldest brother, he believes in God. He's preaching somewhere in Arizona, and his daughters are grown now. My daughters are still college, but I ain't a molester. And my little brother, we like this, so I know he ain't a molester. That's my brother.
Okay.
So that is a generational curse that we broke because the grandpa, I heard, did it too. So I don't know if the grandpa before that did it, but I know at this point is when it stopped. Therefore, when I repent, and a man's heart is what makes that man. Any man, we all human. So there are white people that you gonna see make it when you make it because their heart was good. And God, the Almighty, the All High, sees things that we can never see, sees in a way that we can never understand. Therefore, we can't judge.
Now
That's our job.
that
It
was
ain't
your
a game
rebuttal.
for us to judge. You're
I'm
right.
gonna show you my
All right,
rebuttal.
go.
Let's get the curse right quick first, so that we can understand why.
You saying for some things God will not forgive.
Oh, those people, God will never forgive.
So that the man that is tender among you,
Hold on. The man that is tender among you. See, we used to be real good. We used to be real close with each other. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't hurt each other. That's how it was. Go ahead.
and very delicate, his eye.
We some delicate people, bro. We've been so broken. Before we was broken, we were so delicate. You hurt. Come on. You hurt us. We hurt. Go ahead.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
This is a curse. His eye shall be evil toward his brother. It don't have to be your generation. It don't have to be you and your brother. But it could be your brother and his cousin. It could be this man and him. Read. It could be every brother you see pull a gun on another brother and gun them down in the streets. Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And toward the woman that we have. Right? And toward the wife of our bosom, right? This. TLC.
And toward the remnant of his
You
children.
gotta read that over again. Read it from the top, because I want him to get it.
Deuteronomy
Now,
28:54.
You said the Jehovah's Witness break it down, right? I'm gonna let you break it down. Read.
So that the man that is tender among you
This is a curse. Go ahead.
and very delicate,
Uh-huh.
his eye shall be evil toward his brother,
Go ahead.
and toward the wife of his bosom,
Uh-huh.
and toward the remnant of his children.
That man that did those things to the children, that's why. Because his eye is evil towards them. He didn't ask for it. It's what was given unto us because we didn't do what the Most High said. You understand? It's not an easy thing to grasp. It's just one of those things where you got to be like, everything happens for the Most High's will. Whether it happened to you or the next man or the daughter or this one. And even in this truth, those same passions and pains still pop up, right? But at the end of the day, once you understand why it happened, it gives you a little bit of peace of mind that it wasn't some random act. It wasn't some weirdo thing. It was what the Most High said was gonna happen because we hate each other that much.
Yes, I just said today, a lot of things happen to me right now, and I'm joyful though.
Con.
Even walking out of here, I got horses and stuff, but I just left a lot of stuff right now just because I'm running now.
Con.
In this world, for something I didn't do, but I left my house, my kids is in Fontana, 4 of them is with me, I'm going to Arizona, all shook up. Like you said, yeah, all because of these white folks. He's ready to try to lock me up. No, his father, you ain't got nothing on me, bro, but prior. So you gonna try to wipe me down, huh? So I understand clearly how they oppressed us. I even understand they oppressed us to where we were loving people all love. Just that part. We was about love. That's what we was. But after you beat love up so much, it's gonna start fighting back. And once it starts fighting back, you can't handle when love fights back. Because love wins.
You had this look on your face when we tell you the white man this and the white man that. And it's just what happens with us. Because even though we know it, it's hard to grasp it.
It's not that. I'm the same nigga that y'all talking about. I'm a real, let's say, I'm not gonna say black nigga. You guys just enlightened me that.
Hey man,
100, you should change that. That's what I'm like.
So you a real ass
nigga, man? You should change that, bro. Don't even. I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga.
Yeah, man. Because niggas in the Bible.
I put myself as a nigga, and I didn't get labeled as a black nigga.
That part.
So I didn't take no label. I took what I wanted.
That part.
That's how I get there.
He gonna give you something else. Go ahead.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
12 and 6. Hebrews 12 and 6. All right, come on, go ahead. My bad.
For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
So everything you going through, you're gonna have to go through it because the Most High love you. You ain't gonna let your child backtalk you, do some weirdo stuff, run amok, live how they want to live. You wanted to run amok, you wanted to live how you wanted to live, the Most High is gonna kick you in your butt. But he didn't say he don't love you. So what? Read that again.
For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
So whoever the Lord loves, he beat their ass. So like you, my friends, go ahead.
And scourgeth every son whom he received.
Hey, and scourgeth every son he received. Go ahead, finish it out.
If ye endure chastening,
If you endure that chastening, go ahead.
God dealeth with you
God deals with you. Go ahead.
as with sons.
As with sons. Now go ahead, let's continue.
For what son is he whom the Father who chasteneth
son?
not?
If you ain't going through it, you ain't his son. You see all the black and brown people out here going through hell? We the children of the Most High. And yet we've never been told it. We don't even realize it. And that's why we going through what we going through.
This big, I wish I could have this many people that were about one thing, because personally me, we're all everybody. I just spoke on it today. It's like the wandering in the wilderness.
Hey.
Because at what point are you guys gonna move up as your own?
7921.
Like, these apartments right here, we own them. It don't no drugs coming and done. The kids go outside and the doors stay open and this is what we stand for.
Come.
Boom. And then you buy that one after that one's full up, you buy that one. That's what God said do. He didn't say Jesus was here to die. Going on right now.
A bunch of weirdo stuff. That part.
So you can see, oh, that's how you supposed to do it.
That part.
All right then, brother, be healed. And then he healed. But it's too much ignorant. We are the people who could do it. Like, I could do it.
We were given the order to.
Just like you said, you've been brainwashed so much. When they first brought Africans out here, they called our voodoo magic and evil. No, nigga, we was the God people. That's why diamonds is in our dirt. We have the power to say, see again, and you see. But that's what they stripped from me. They stripped my belief from me. So now I don't have enough belief. I don't have enough belief that the Bible tells me to have to be able to tell that man to see. I got the power to do it because I got the blood of Jesus rocking in me. But without it's just like this. I believe in like they say, the Trinity, all that bullshit.
That part.
Believe, faith, and works. Gets you in the doors.
Let's get that, man. Let's get the precept we got right now.
Zephaniah?
Yeah, 2 on 1.
The book of Zephaniah,
Hey, that part.
chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right? You said we got to come together. We got to do it together, right? Let's get it. Let's get what the Bible say.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That's what we got to do. That's a commandment. He told us to gather together. You see the man you see up here right now? We gather together. When we go to different states, we gather together. You got brothers all over the U.S., all over the earth, doing the same work we doing. We gathering together. Read that. Keep going.
Before the decree bring forth. Before the day pass.
Before the day pass what?
As the chaff. Before the fierce anger.
Before the fierce anger of what?
Of the Lord come upon you.
Before the Most High send the missiles, man. Right? So we got to come together before that. We the nation not desired. I don't care how nobody feel about it. We got to do it. We got to come together. We gotta put aside our petty differences. You done got blue rag, red rag, green rag, you know what I'm saying? Orange rag, you know what I'm saying? Everybody put away, we done put away all our differences and we say, you know what? To hell with everything we used to stand for. We stand up for the Most High, we're gonna die by that.
That's what makes God. First thing is this out here. You guys talk, I listen. And as I listen, things pop in my head. I believe in it. I believe in it. That's what it's God. I believe in it strongly. So if God is start whispering in my ear, then I'm going to hear it. If the devil start whispering in my ear, then I'm sliding right there.
That's your flesh and that's your spirit.
You know what I'm saying? So every time I try to put it down, I get stronger in the spirit. But every time I pass the chain, I get weaker in the flesh or stronger in the flesh. You feel me? It's like lately I've just been strengthened in my spirit, but at the same time, you live in the devil's world.
That part.
So some of us, me, that's my excuse. Even to God, I'm a real nigga, so when I pray, I tell God, just like I'm talking to y'all, I did that, I'm sorry. Only you will know if I'm sorry. I don't care what none of them think
If you
about
sincere
me.
or not, come.
And then I keep going. Because sometimes I make a mistake. My last mistake was a mistake. And it was like, damn, I repent. I took a big loss. I sounded like what I did. No, but I'm not gonna lock you up and let them get you because I got a better plan for you.
Hey.
So I'm gonna strip you from all this, make you beg, make you work, and when you get back where I wanted you, then I be double like Joe.
Slucky, let me ask you a question. When the last time you seen brothers teaching the Bible on the corner?
Honestly, about last week it was like 15 Muslims all marching right here.
No. They're not teaching the Bible.
Talk with them too.
How many of them? How long ago have you seen brothers in teaching the Bible?
Witness do it every day, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. Jehovah's
It don't
Witness-
matter who the person is. See, this is where we fail. It don't matter who the person is. If they could teach you how to get to where you're going, then you ignorant for not listening. Because if you could break down, like you said, that Bible is very confusing. So if you could break it down, it's just like when you go into school and that teacher can't help you with the math, but this one could. Whatever it takes to make my son know 5 + 5, I don't give a fuck who got to teach him. Just make him know how to do his math. So that's why I stopped right here. Because if there's a gift you can tell me on how to twist this Bible where I can start to understand it a little bit better when I read it, I understand it. But there's a lot of parts that I scratch my head and I close it and I'm kind of done reading for the day.
Y'all gave this
because
brother
I'm
a flyer?
confused. Yeah, it's right here in my pocket too.
Good. That's how you get a hold of us and get some more understanding. Let me get that.
Y'all do meetings out here and stuff?
We got a congregation out here.
Proverbs 5:14. Come on. Read it. Just read it.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 5 and verse 15. Drink waters out of thine own cistern.
You can't get this understanding from nobody else. You got to drink your own water from your own cistern, your own people. Yeah, how long has the enemy had your book? How long have they just taught you love, 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 love? And all you seen is the white man on your back no matter what. All right? He show you he hates you, even with a Bible in your hand. Read.
God. And running waters out of thine own well.
This is how you gotta move. So at the end of the day, the white man can't teach me the Bible. The Arab man can't teach me the Bible. A Muslim can't teach me the Bible because they believe in Muhammad. They believe in Farrakhan. I believe in the God of the Bible and Yahweh Shai, his son, who people ignorantly call Jesus.
That's right.
Right?
You also believe you are who you are, right? I'm Joseph. Whether
That was up.
another name or whatever name. That's what people call me. My son, that's Lil Joseph. Any credit you give to him, I'm gonna smile, I'm gonna be happy because I raised him, I made him. Any credit you give to him, I'm gonna get it regardless. I'm the one who invented that. Therefore, if you guys start arguing whether the great Joseph, let's say 50 years from now, they yelling, yeah, Joseph's son was white, and another nigga argue, no, he was black. The bottom line is, he came and he died for everybody. So I really don't give a fuck if he's black, white, green, or blue. There go another thing that Satan put into this world for as long as we arguing, can't get nowhere. That's what everybody got to get that part. As long as you are arguing, then you're in the chaos of confusion. And as long as there's confusion, you can't press forward.
You know what else Satan brought into this world? Confusion. Everybody can be saved, and God loves everybody.
Satan didn't bring that into this world. Jesus did.
Go get it. Who do you think Christ was talking to when he was walking around?
What, when they kept tempting him?
No. Who was he talking to? Who was he around his whole life? Israelites.
Hold
That's
on,
it.
wait.
Go ahead.
You mean drunk? You mean the
went
child
to
born?
Passover
The
every
child
year.
born from out of the stomach that God put it into. That's what we're speaking of.
Yeah, we're talking about Christ.
Okay, now you saying who did he kick it with the whole time growing up?
His whole life. Israelites. Every time he walked outside, he talked Israel. Every time he spoke about loving your neighbor, he was talking about Israelites. Everything he did was for Israel. Let me get that. Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 15 and 24. But he answered and said,
What did Christ say?
I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
If you send your son to the store, little Joseph, and you tell him to buy you this, that, and the other, if you see, if dudes on the block walk up to Joseph and be like, yo, if the other nations walked up to Joseph and was like, yo, you gotta grab me this, you gotta buy me this, you gotta buy me that, he'd be like, yo, I am not sent to the store, but for my pops Joseph. Christ said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
But there's another part of the Bible that says he did send Jesus for the Israelites, and he opened up his heart, and everybody can get a chance at forgiveness.
Let me show you who that is.
If your heart is right.
Let me show you who that is.
The Bible says that.
Don't worry. I'm going to show you who that is. You know how you had the southern kingdom in Jerusalem, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi?
That's what he said, the Jews.
The Jews.
If their heart would change, then they could get a chance.
You know where the northern kingdom was? That's your Hispanic and Native American brothers that are over here. You got a parable about how the dad has two sons. One son asks for his inheritance early and then leaves to go live his life, while the other son stays at home. That was Judah. Let's get that. Israel was the other son that left off to go spend all his money and live his life. And then he came back when he was broke. And the brother was like, what are you doing here? But the dad was like, I'm so glad to see you, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy to see you. That's how the Most High feel about us.
The son was going home to be a servant, not knowing when you get home, your dad ain't seen you for so long, you finna have
That's
a
all
party.
he care about. All he care about is you.
Rich.
But what did the other brother feel like? The other brother, Judah, was jealous. He was like, man, Israel ain't been around in so long, man. You gonna treat them with some love? You used to be exiled if you didn't keep the Passover. You used to be exiled if you didn't get circumcised. You used to be exiled for every little thing. And then Christ comes and says, these brothers can come back now? Now, other Israelites, even of Judah, of the southern kingdom, who was doing all kind of other stuff, can come back now once they embrace Yahushua, Christ?
I believe too, no. I believe, see this, when you said that, God talks to me. So there are sins and there are things that people do that are not forgiven. Like the white man try to make you think every sin is forgivable. Don't worry, just repent. That's not always true. So a lot of church folks repent. I'm a kingdom type of person. I'm not a church guy. I'm a kingdom type of person. Because I say that because I live by a golden rule. Church people say, oh, you praise everything, you go to the Wednesday study, and you go right back out talking about Sister Whoop-de-whoop on the way home. You the devil yourself. You might as well have didn't go to church. You sitting there gossiping about everybody on the way home. You ain't helping nobody. You see that hungry nigga right there, he ain't got no shoes, nothing. You got an extra pair of shoes on the back seat, don't think twice to hand them out the window. It's like, you going to hell. You could go and praise God all day and jump and faint like you want to faint. A lot of people out here, a lot of people in the pen, you're going to see the doors open for them. And it's because they heart changed. I guess they sat for a while and I guess they had time to get a clear thought. That's what I got when I was
They probably just tired of the bullshit.
No stress, you feel me? No.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, life is more stressful than being locked up. You get out, it's like, man, gotta find somewhere to
Yeah,
live, gotta take care of all these kids. when you go to jail, it ain't nothing but nigga gotta make sure this big ass nigga don't try to fuck with me. And that's it. Nigga, as long as I got my burner, I'm good. And other than that, you know, you look through it, weave on through it. Get buff, eat, you know, it's like, that's the easy life. Like, to me, that's like a second round. That's like killing yourself. It's taking the easy route.
Let's get the precept.
It's the book of Luke. It's the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 21. Neither shall they say, lo, here, or lo, there. For behold, the kingdom of God is within you.
And that's just referencing, he said,
That's why
person.
every man got to read the Bible for
If
himself.
you're a kingdom person, you realize the kingdom of God is within you. And you got to manifest it by following the laws of God. If you're an Israelite.
That part.
That's what I do on a daily basis, though.
Let's get that. I don't think we need 15 if it's talking about the tariff. No. So at the end of the day, man, you know, you gotta understand, this ain't for everybody. The Most High don't care about everybody. Let me get Amos 3. I'm about to, huh? Let me get Amos 3. Let me get Red Book. Let me get 2nd Ezra 6, 54. I'm gonna show you how you feel don't matter to the Most High. Because at the end of the day, his program gonna go on, right? Yeah. And what they say? No man bigger than the program? Yeah. Go ahead. Let me get Amos 3.
Look at Amos 3 and 2. You only have the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Bring it up.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Hear the word that the Lord spoke against you, the children of Israel, right? The 12 tribes. Go ahead.
Against the whole family,
Against the whole family,
which I brought up from the land of Egypt,
our first captivity.
saying,
Okay?
you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only has he known of all the families of the earth.
Therefore,
He ain't dealing with nobody else. Go ahead.
I will punish you
That's why we going through what we go through. Nobody else going through this.
for all your
That's
iniquities.
why he's punishing us for all of our iniquities. Go ahead. Let me get that.
The book of 2nd Ezra,
6 and 54.
chapter 6, verse 54.
Bring it up.
They took out the Bible. This is what they took out.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Remember, Adam was the first man, right? Or I should say, Adam was the man that was given the law, statutes, and commandments first, right? Go ahead.
Of him come we all.
Why does everybody come from Adam? Because after the flood, because Noah was a descendant of Adam. And Noah and his 3 sons and the 3 wives were the only people on the earth. That part. So everybody comes from Noah, right? Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? Go ahead.
And
And
the
everybody you see on this planet today come from Noah. Go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Who was chosen? Yeah.
Out of who?
Out of all the people on the earth. Just read it in Amos. I'm pointing at him right now. Israel. Israel was chosen.
Yeah, Israel was.
There you go. Go ahead.
Verse 55. All this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made it the world for our sake.
Earth was made for your sake. That's what it was made for. Not for everybody else. It don't. We've been so indoctrinated. We think God cares about everybody's decisions and everything that goes on with everybody. No, He cares about you. You going through the hell. He cares about His children. That's why we going through it. Go ahead.
As for the other people,
As for the other people, who?
which also come of Adam,
Which also came from Adam, which is not Israel. Go ahead.
thou hast said that they are nothing,
They ain't nothing. Go ahead.
but like unto spittle.
So you spit on the ground. That's what the other nations are to the Most High. But we didn't learn this. We don't know this. So we think God cares.
That's why you're not
We-
able to use your power.
That's why I don't let nobody say whatever they want to say. You know what I'm saying? Because we feel some type of way sometimes. We say God cares about everybody. God can love everybody. Hey man, God said He hates a specific people. for everything that they've done to you. He hates her for everything her people have done to you. And because we don't want to accept it, because they already look run down, they look like they've been going through hell and back, right? It's their kingdom. That's what they get. Because they've destroyed this earth.
Bring it out, huh?
When you're supposed to be in power, they looking at you like you the worst thing on this planet, man. Like you scum. When you a god on this earth. They cried for Princess Diana when she died, right? Good riddance.
That's right.
Bring it out.
But nobody sheds a tear when God dies, when a king dies, when a prince dies. Nobody cares about y'all. So I don't care about the white man. I don't care about the Asian man. I don't care about any other nation outside of Yasharallah. Israel.
right.
The princes and the princesses of the power.
Huh.
And that's all it boiled down to.
Where they husbands went.
And with that, I yield.
Broke heart, got an all attack. I had to leave my ex, came crawling back. Fell up in the rap game, niggas started falling back. Niggas pledge lead to the flag when I'm calling cap. Niggas rap money, no precious metal. Wood grain steering wheel when the Lexus pedal. While we getting gunned down by these treacherous devils. On the real, I'm trying to build like Tetris levels.